What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Hungry Road. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Eric. If it's your first time seeing my face, please go ahead and smash the subscribe button and like the video while you're at it. But today, I have no notes because I know everything I need to know about this car because I bought it. This is my 2023 Kia EV6 GT. You probably could have guessed it. You've seen my love and affinity for it. Like I said, I did a little video a little while ago. It was like a short. And I got to test drive it. And I decided, stared at it and looked at it like, oh, I need to get one of these one day. But then I complained about how much it cost. It was like $64,500 at the time. Well, this is a 2023 and I bought it in 2024. And I'm gonna tell you all the reasons why I did. In case you didn't watch the other couple of videos I did around this entire topic, let me give you a brief synopsis of what happened. My 2015 Ford Taurus show was having problems. It was, a thermostat here, a thermostat there, a coolant leak here, a strut here. It was just time. I had 130,000 miles on it, and it was just time. The technology was outdated, the screen was outdated, this was old. It didn't get the greatest gas mileage, and frankly, it was a car I bought because I needed it, not because I really wanted it. This here in front of me is a car I absolutely had a passion for and wanted to buy. I have not been excited about a car like this since I purchased my 2009 Maserati Gran Turismo in 2017. Absolutely ecstatic, over the moon, and that is exactly how I feel every time I get in this car. I actually picked it up a week ago today, and I've already put about 750 miles on it. I did a whole road trip out to Pennsylvania, then up to Malta, New York, and then back down here to Connecticut. And there's a video coming out on that probably next week, maybe the week after that, about how you charge it. If you didn't know, this is an electric car. So yes, there's a lot of firsts for me here. So if you don't know what this is, let me fill you in. This is Kia's mid-size crossover, the EV6. They've made a bigger version called the EV9. I believe those are starting to be delivered or hitting dealerships pretty soon. There's also like an EV5 or a 3. I don't really care about those. They're really small and that's not in my wheelhouse. But like the Hyundai Ioniq 5 is kind of the same platform. It's just Hyundai's hatchback version. Although this is a hatchback, but it looks way cooler. So yes, this is the top tier trim of the EV6. If you haven't seen my video on the EV6 Win that I rented, please click over here in the top right corner. So you get the EV6 in the light, then you can get a Wind, then like all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, then you can get a GT line, where you get some of the more aerodynamic looking things like the front bumper here. You don't get these wheels, you get wheels that look like them, but you don't get the power. Your normal sort of EV6 will start like 228 horsepower, then the Wind bumps up to like 300, 305, somewhere around there. This 576 horsepower, 580 foot-pounds of torque to all the wheels. It is a glorious feeling, like I'm riding a roller coaster every time I smash the gas. So I still haven't told you why I bought it. I mean, kinda. I needed to get out of the Ford Taurus. And this popped up on my radar at a Ford dealership, of all places, in East Hartford. So shout out to my salesman, Nicole Reagans. I really appreciate you working with me through the whole process here and putting up with my stubborn ways. But I saw the car offered for $37,800. The sticker price on this car was $64,500. I'm sorry, $63,900. The first person who bought this bought it for that, then traded it in for who knows what. And now it's being offered for $37,000. That's like a $26,000 depreciation hit in 18 months. The car was sold in like May of 23 and I bought it in July, so 14 months. And that's insane. But it only had 17,500 miles. So what am I to do? It's also in this beautiful color, runway red. and it goes perfectly with the lime green calipers. They accent so well, they contrast so well. Like I said, if it was like the blue or like some of the other colors, the lime green wouldn't have gone very well, but the red, absolutely perfect. And it helped my wife sell me on getting it. Aside from the horsepower, the color, the price, the fact that this is what it is, it also came with WeatherTech mats the previous owner left in here. The windows are also already tinted, and it's already been wired for an external amplifier in case I wanted to add one. I'm a little afraid of doing that since this is an electric car. How much juice is an amplifier going to zap from the battery? Now, this car only gets about 206 miles to the charge, but it's kind of funky. So when you get online, you Google it, what's the battery range of an EV6 GT, it'll say 206 miles. When I picked it up at the dealership and it was fully charged, it said 221. Then when I drove to Allentown and charged it there, it said 243. And then yesterday, 211. So I feel like it kind of goes with your driving style, and then it'll determine the range. But people have such range anxiety when it comes to electric cars, but I do, but I'm willing to face it head on. I like a challenge in life. And with the help of Electrify America apps, ChargePoint apps, PlugShare apps, there's all kinds of apps out there that will literally tell you where a charging station is, if it's working, if it's in use, how much it costs. Like, it's easier than ever to own an EV now. Now, I do not have a charger at my house. I don't plan on getting one at my house. There's a nice, friendly government building very close to where I live. They have 20 charging banks that are completely free for now. So I'm gonna use that and just travel back and forth between the house and there whenever I need to charge it. Because I travel so much, I'm probably only home on the weekends, so I might charge it on a Friday night or Sunday night, and then I head out on Monday. There's all kind of ways I'm gonna figure this out. I have some things that are coming on the way that'll make it a little bit easier for me, a little more fun for me. But when those things show up, I'll make another video about that. But yes, I think I've told you most of my reasons. Let's go explore the car just a little bit, even though I have done a full thorough review, so I'll breeze through it. So the front fascia of the EV6 is going to be like synonymous across all trims, except for the bumper. The GT line and the GT get this more aggressive bumper. You see the car is locking because I'm further away from the key. We'll get there. But these are your running lights right here. You look nice and cool at night. And all the business is up here. There's no extra lights down here. This just got a little chrome piece just to be there or whatever. But up here is your turn signal. Your headlights are right up in here. And we have like a little choppy grille. The GT is also the only one to get this choppy grille. The other ones are gonna have more of a smooth grille. We do have a camera up here, which aids in your 360 panoramic camera view, which we'll go over in a second. And we do have our radar down here. This thing does have adaptive cruise control. It can self-drive on the highway. So if I'm in traffic, it'll slow itself all the way down, then proceed. It is such an amazing piece of technology. Kind of a computer on wheels, but that's an overused term. The back of the EV6 is very similar to the rest of the trims as well. The bottom diffuser down here is the only thing that's different, more race inspired. We got a center reverse light down there. Looks really cool, really aggressive. But I just love how like angular and sort of open it is with the giant Kia logo right here and the license plate low on the car, like I've been saying in almost all my videos. We do have your, oh, we got a little piece of car wash here, haha. We have your actual model name on the left side and the trim over here on the right. This is the GT. Don't let nobody tell you it's GT line, because it'll say line, and line's a step below. This is the real deal GT. And the running light goes all the way across the back here. I'll throw a nighttime shot in here. It's really, really cool. Along with these little chrome strips, you can kind of see. It's just an odd thing that they added to the back. Like, whose idea was to put geometrical three-dimensional squares, I don't know, on the back in chrome as well? And it was a good idea. I liked it. I don't know, it's like those little things that on a Sonata, like, that are there for almost no reason. It just adds to the flair. Hyundai and Kia have been killing it lately with their bold styling. So while we're back here, I'm going to discuss the charge port with you. As you can see, the right side of the car has this cutout right here. The left side of the car just has the nice blank sort of canvas. So this is the charge door. The car does need to be unlocked in order for you to open it. There's two ways to do that. You can press the button on the left side of the steering wheel, or you can tap the door. But as you can see, the car is locked, it won't do it. If you unlock the car and then tap the door, it'll motorize itself right on open. Revealing the charge port here, this is a J1772 port. It's pretty much the Android charging ports of all, because I consider Teslas the Apple of cars, and everybody else, all the other EVs are Androids, because that's kind of how it works. So anyway, J1772 port, and this is DC fast charge capable up to 240 kilowatt hours. There are chargers out there that go up to 350 kilowatt hours, but this car will only allow 240, and that's fine. It's plenty fast. It gets me from 7% to 80% in like 20 minutes. It's impressive. And if you want to just go ahead and stop the charging, you can hold this button down, or you can close the door by pressing the button right here, and you're good to go. Probably the #1 reason I bought this thing is because of how it looks. Look how stunning it is. The 21-inch wheels. Who thinks to put lime green brake calipers on their wheels? We have the giant panoramic sunroof, the sleek window line. It gives me like fast wagon vibes, almost like a Dodge Magnum, or looks like almost like a bullet going through the air. And then plus that beautiful red paint. We have a nice little black line to help break up the color just a little bit right there. And the design of the wheels. Yes, these are directional wheels. I don't really like the directional wheels because, as you can see, these look like they're chopping through the wind. But if you go to the other side, these are going to be chopping into the wind. So I'm not a real big fan of that, but it is what it is. But I just love the way the lines flow. Like this black line flows right into the back LED bumper, or LED strip back here. I don't even have a windshield wiper back there because you don't need it. It looks like just a really thick car, you know, kind of like myself. Just absolutely beautiful styling. I think this is the best looking EV on the market. I gotta think real quick. Give me a second. All right, best EV on the market within a reasonable price range. When you get into like the $1 million mark, now you're talking crazy. But like, look, get the spoiler. We got split, like a split spoiler thing here. We got the shark fin. I'm just so in love with this car. But if you follow my Instagram, you saw I posted this on my story. That would have gave it away that it was a key of some sort. But yes, here we have the key here. We have the lock button on the side, unlock button, the trunk button, and the panic button. We have the party tricks on this side. We'll get to that in a second. But to get in the car, just leave the key in your pocket or on your person. Once you walk up to the car, the mirror will unfold and the motorized handles will come out. As you can see, all 4 of them, all you do is you pull out and then get into the car, revealing the beautiful interior, which we'll discuss in a second. Once you get out of the car and you walk away from it, the car should lock itself up when it can no longer sense the key. See how far back we gotta go. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, I'm not tripping. So let's walk back up to it. And you see the indentation on the actual handle here. Press this and the car will lock itself up. Mirrors fold in, you're good to go. So here is one of the party tricks I wanted to show you. You've probably seen it before, but I don't care. I'm gonna do it because it's so cool. You have to lock the car first, then you hold this button down, then you start to see some lights flash as the car goes into sort of a remote start sort of thing. Then I'm gonna hold down the reverse button on the key. You should hear some brakes and stuff start releasing. I heard them, and the car is now gonna back itself up with no one in it. Now that's for like if you wanna get into a tight spot, or if you wanna, I don't know, move in, move out, whatever. It should be out of camera frame by now. Okay, it sensed something or it's too far away from the car, from the key, it stopped itself. Let's see if we can bring it back. So to do that, you have to hold the button down again. That'll cancel the remote start. Why am I still standing here? Let's put the car over there, or the camera over there. Nope, the car is still in camera shot. So we're gonna lock it again. We're gonna hold the button down, see if we can get remote start to go again. Got the lights to flash, okay. They're flashing, let's go. We're gonna hold the front button. Let's hear the brake released. Nope, it didn't work. Oh, there it is. I hear the car starting. Here we go. Move the car right back into frame. Isn't that so cool? It's just a party trick. I'm gonna walk my car for a second. There's a curb here, so I'm gonna stop it. I wonder if it stopped itself. It's not. I did, it stopped itself because it sees the curb. That's cool. So there's a couple ways to get into the cargo area. The left side of the steering wheel, there's a button there. You also have the trunk button here. You also have a little grommet underneath where the camera is on the right. But my favorite way to do this, if it works, is just to walk up to the back of the car. So I'm not sure where the sensors are, but if you walk up to the back of the car, it should flash and open. Like I said, it doesn't always work. It's kind of a weird thing. On the other rental I had, it did work. Yeah, it doesn't always work, but let's just hold the button down like normal folks and get into the trunk. But the cargo area isn't very interesting at all. You have like a cargo net, you can kind of pull, not a net, but like a shade you can pull back. So have like a privacy thing right there, no big deal. Move that forward. We have the tire mobility kit. There is no spare tire in the car, so that will re-inflate your tire. A snow brush, but under here is where all the action is. Fold this back. Here's the amplifier wire I was talking about earlier. And this thing here, I got a little messed up in the comments last time. This is the V2L connector. So what this does, if I can get it open with one hand, this allows you to plug things into your car. So what you would do is you would plug this end, the business end, into the charge port, and then back here there's an outlet inside. I'm not going to open it up. The instructions kind of show it right there. But what you would do is you plug your things into it, and then now the car will charge or power your devices. No big deal. So the inside of the EV6 GT is definitely a little futuristic. These are the only kind of seats you can get. They're super bolstery. They definitely kind of dig into my sides a little bit. And this one's a little more worn than that one. So that one feels tighter than this one. But as my wife sits in that one, or I got to sit in that one, she'd sit in this one, it'll get worn out. But I love the little insignia right there. The lime green piping definitely goes to the brake calipers on the outside. We do have the lime green GT button. We'll get to the drive modes in a second. The stitching. Let's hop in. I wouldn't go as far as to call the seat comfortable or plush or anything like that. It's just supportive. It holds you, it grips you for when you're driving, racing, drifting, whatever you're doing, and that's okay. But like I just said, I took this car on a 750 round trip, road trip, whatever. And I didn't get too tired. I had to stretch my back quite a bit like this, but that could just be me. But for the most part, I didn't feel any pain. But the interior should be pretty straightforward and standard. We do have the Meridian sound system here in this one. It's okay. I could use a bit more bass, but the treble is so clear. I like it. And one thing over here, we have dimmer for like the dashboard. This is to open there. It's funny. This is like, well, I guess it's not a gas pump. It's got a little a plug right there. I just noticed that. We have the trunk button, parking brake, turn your traction control off. We got some ambient lighting popping through right there. We'll get to that in a second. You know, all your vents and stuff. But check out this giant screen. Sunroof is open. Let's put our foot on the brake. Start it up. All right, we got something to come into life, and you can see I have a heads-up display right there that will show me what to say. Check the blind spot and stuff. I see my lane sort of keep assist active, my speed. When you get to like cruising for real, it shows so much information up there. But yes, here's the screen. It's pretty intuitive. It's very similar to the other EV6 that I reviewed, so I'm not gonna go too in depth with it. All the nature noises and stuff are still here. I'm trying to figure out what is different in the GT that I don't think is in the other one. I can't really picture that. But drive modes. We have the drive modes right here. So we have sport mode. Oh, I want to see what, oh, the range is down at the bottom. So eco mode, we have a range of 204. I only have 96% battery. The normal mode puts you at 198. Sport mode puts you at 193. And you press the GT button. Turns off traction control, and that puts us all the way down to 185. We'll show you the differences between those on the road later. But Apple CarPlay is standard. My phone needs to be connected to the car. It's not wireless, which is kind of counterproductive because down here is a wireless phone charger. So you can Bluetooth all you want, but I can't use wireless Apple CarPlay. I think that's kind of weird. So down here on the left, you have the USB. It only will work with that left one. It will not work with the right one. See, that has a lightning bolt there for pure energy. The one on the left is for actual data. And you see the bass knob here for the guy with his amplifier. So I'll be looking to see if we can get this thing back active. One thing I do like about this is that if you're listening to the radio or something like that, press the radio button here. You can do a split screen. So if you want the radio to be the whole screen, you can show all of that. But if you want to bring it back, you can do this. So I have several screens we can go through. You can change the compass if you want, something cute to have on the screen. What else we got here? You can add your calendar. I did link it, but apparently it didn't go through yet. We have the weather. EV6. Okay. What else we got here? A map. Electricity usage. This is very useful right here. As you can see, lights right now. I guess the lighting would be the screen, the daytime running lights. Those are using up all the battery because nothing else is using it. What else we got here? Maximum power output mode. This is equivalent to like the red key in a Hellcat or the speed key in the Bugatti. You got to press this, it'll warm the battery up, and then you can unleash all 576 horsepower, but you need to be at least 70% battery. I just feel like once you hit the gas a couple times with this, you'll be below 70 and you can't use it. So it's kind of counterproductive. So I found the ambient light setting here. I want to kind of go through the different colors you can choose. So they have blue flight, and like reasons or a description of it. I have it on purple because I like purple. That's it. Violet cloud, orange delight, golden insight, refreshing sea, and then the custom color. But you can choose all of these colors. This reminds me of the Crayola crayon box, the big 64 boy. I wonder if there are 64 colors here. Who knows? But this is really cool. And of course, I think this is the previous owner had it set to this for the lime greens. Let's go back here and look for the custom color at the bottom of the screen. There it is. And you kind of see it change to the lime green, which kind of matches the seat. But below the infotainment, we have this little panel right here. So as you can see right now, it activates the volume. You have like defroster and stuff, and you have like map navigation, like settings to access in the infotainment system. But if you want to get to your climate control, press the button here, and now it changes. So now you can turn your AC on, just the driver's side, your fan, direction. So you have to turn the heat on in this car. So you can turn this up to whatever you want. It will not do anything but blow air until you turn the heat on. That is to help you save on range. So lately I've just been driving without the climate control on to save range, and because I enjoy this nice panoramic, I haven't had a sunroof in 7 years and the windows down. I just like the way the air feels in the car. My wife doesn't, so you turn the AC on, but it will affect your range. So we have 198 miles of range. Are we in eco mode right now? Let's go to drive mode. Eco, okay, because it'll say eco in the corner. We have 204 miles of range. Let's turn the AC on. Dropped us all the way down to 194. So you can feel the air blowing, and the AC was the reason this car was delayed for so long. It had died and they needed to get a part. But let's go to EV. And this will tell you how far you can go. There's a charger station? Where that at? Market Square. It says I'm right on top of it. I bet it's that one right there. You can probably see it. Let me zoom in. That one right there. I bet it's not even operational. But anyway, yes, go back. It'll tell you how far you can go if you just turn the AC off. So turn it off and it changes. And it's fine. You got to pick your battles when you're driving an EV. But because there's no transmission tunnel, you now have a lot more space down here for storage. We have another sort of charging port right here, USB-C. We have a cigarette lighter, 2 cup holders, more storage. What is this thing? I'm sure it's for his speakers or something that he had in here. But up here, we have your heated seat. Let's play with these, okay? So we have 204 miles of range. Let's turn our heated wheel on. All right, it says 204. Turn heated seat on. 204. I think you're lying. Let's turn all 3 on. Nah, you tripping. Ain't no way. Those will zap your range so fast. But back here is the power button. And all you do is you put your foot on the brake, rotate, put the car in drive. Yeah, it's not gonna let me do anything because the doors are open. But I wanna show you the camera. So I don't gotta put it in reverse for camera. I can just press the camera button. Check this out. Press the camera button. Oh, the doors are open. Let me go ahead and shut them so I can show you this. All right, cool. Now the doors are shut because the cameras are actually underneath the mirrors. I don't know if you can see them. You can see a little bump right there. That is the camera. But here we are. I now have a top-down view of my car when I'm going to a car wash or getting near curbs or anything like that. But my favorite feature is this one. This is so cool. I've never owned a car with such technology, so I'm just still fascinated by this. I now have a 360-degree view of my car. Oh, that's what the front bumper would look like on a regular EV6. Yep, there it is. And those are the GT line wheels. But it's so cool. So when the car rolls, the wheels will move or anything like that. Let's see if we can do it. Put the car in reverse. And then behind me, just my thing. Oh, hold on. There we go. And let's move this. See, the wheels move with it. Very cool. It's so cute. Put it back in park by pressing the park button. But yeah, bring the camera back up. But yes, let's see what's in the settings. Okay, yeah, nothing crazy here. Let's move on. All right, so now we're in the back seat of the EV6 GT. Just fine. This is where my wife sits. I still have some room back here. It's weird that my knees like go up instead of like, I don't know, they feel weird. I don't know how long I can sit like this. You know, I guess it's fine. But I got reading light, OS word handle, some ventilation. I do have 2 USB-C ports back here, but nothing crazy. It's pretty minimalistic back here. There's nothing to really write home about. Yeah, that's about it. Let's take the cup holders out, turn sideways. I do love, is this Alcantara? I don't want to call it Alcantara if it's not. Is it suede? I don't know what it is, some material. You have a cup holder and you can pull this all the way back and have just a blank storage thing or whatever. Or can we pull this down? No, this is just stops you. I thought you had like a pass through here. No, no pass through, but the seats can fold down. I still haven't figured out how to fold the seats down. Let's do that together. To fold the seats down is much less complicated than you would think. It's not up here. It's just this little handle right here. You pull it, this seat folds forward. No big deal. Now you have a nice flat loading floor to load all your stuff in. All right, guys, we are inside my 2023 Kia EV6 GT. Is my voice harsh from talking so much? I hope not. Let's turn the AC on so you guys can hear me. Drop the mileage down to 189. I was at 200. 204. AC to 189. Guess it costs to be the boss. Anyway, but yeah, man, we're gonna start off with eco mode. Switch over. Get the roll in here. Oh, I'm in neutral. Because the parking brake's on. Why won't the car go to drive? Parking brake automatically engaged. Is the car not started? The car wasn't started. All right, now we got action. 191 up, 189. Now we go drive. Now we go to drive. Cool. We get some. Oh my goodness, it is warm out there. Eco mode. Let's do this. Check to make sure I didn't forget anything back there. Looks good. But yeah, man, we are rolling. This is not the softest, most comfortable ride in the world, but it's my ride, and that's what matters the most. Eco mode gives you a little bit of torque. Let's put our foot down in eco mode. That's still got some pickup there. And 1 foot driving. If I hit activated now, I can take my foot off the gas and the car slows itself down. I love that. Now, blinker, gotta make a little left here. Apparently, 1 foot driving does not use your brakes. There is a separate motor that will capture the inertia of the car going forward and slow the car down. I imagine it's being like an engine brake for, am I yelling into the microphone? I hope not. Being like an engine brake for like semi trucks where you go, you know what I'm talking about, that noise. So I imagine that, but it's, again, the ride, it's not very soft, but it's not terribly hard either. It's okay. And I'm only in eco mode. I haven't even gone to like sport or GT yet. But the steering wheel is nice and thick, just like I like them. I don't like the little thin steering wheels. Doesn't make any sense to me. I want something to hold on to, you feel me? Little grips over here at like 9 or 10 and 2. In case I don't drive like this. I drive with my thumbs in the little thing. You put your, you'll see this position later when we start to hit it. But yes, I love how I can just waft along. And here's one thing, like, you know, I almost want to title the video or like say something like "Sold my soul for an EV," because like they say EVs don't have souls because it's just like you put your foot down and you go. You don't hear anything. I get it. It's no natural sound. There's no 8 cylinders exploding under the hood, creating a beautiful symphony behind you. But we have technology that creates it for you. I need more AC. This is crazy. Like maybe the car just hasn't warmed up to give me AC just yet. 91 outside. That's why it's so hot. Crazy. But yes, after driving the Ford Taurus for so long, I didn't even enjoy that engine sound. So like, I don't miss not having an engine sound. I don't miss the shifting of gears. I don't miss any of that, strangely enough. And it's kind of crazy. I don't know. It's a odd feeling. So we're taking off now. It got a little bit of room in front of us. Let's put the car in normal mode. And when you do that, you'll see me jerk back because my foot is at the same position. See, it got more lively. The noise got louder too. So now I can put my foot down. That's normal. That torque, it never gets old. But right now I have like the cyber sound. You can change the sound. You can do dynamic cyber. There's one more, I forget what it's called. Then there's like a custom sound. I don't quite understand what the custom sound's supposed to be, but whatever. Got a little turn to make here. You kind of can feel the weight of the car. You know, we're in normal mode, so nothing crazy. Stuff slides around the back. It's normal. It's not sport. Damn sure ain't GT. Wait till we get to that. But yeah, I do have the blind spot detection here. So when I put my turn signal on, remember those cameras I told you about? A little camera will pop up in my dash and tell me what's going on the left or right. Of course, I have blind spot detection in the mirror. It's a little triangle with an exclamation mark. I could have went in front of this truck, but it's no big deal. But right here, I can see just a white line because there's no lane over there. But that is such a cool feature that Kia and Hyundai introduced to their cars that I haven't seen like top tier manufacturers introduce. You switch lanes. You wouldn't switch lanes, but it is what it is. But I love it. There's so much I love about this car, and I'm so happy that I have it. They're slowing down. They got left turns. All right, we're gonna hit it. So we're gonna put it in the sport mode and wait for them to get out the way. We're doing 16. 70 miles an hour. That is hilarious. Oh man. So I don't know if yes, earlier in the interior portion, let's see if we can get that maximum power output. So bring it in, maximum power output, optimizing battery temperature. When this comes up, we're gonna find a spot to hit it, and then we're gonna enjoy ourselves here. But like I mentioned, I've taken this thing on a road trip and it's comfortable. It can drive itself on the highway. It monitors the lanes pretty well. It's not perfect, but that's why you're still supposed to pay attention when you're driving these cars. But it's fine. I can just sit here like this and like relax and not worry about anything really. Sport mode. I like the noises, man. I don't give a damn about the exhaust note. I've left it behind in the past. Call me a traitor. Whatever. Torque is insane, bro. Absolutely insane. 580 foot-pounds of torque. I can't imagine the Bugattis and stuff with like 1,500 foot-pounds of torque, or the Rimac Naveras and 1,900 horsepower. Like, what does that even feel like? The only way I can think it feels like is there's a roller coaster in Six Flags Great Adventure called Kingda Ka. I don't know what the 0 to 60 is on that thing, but you go 0 to 120 in what feels like 2 to 3 seconds. It is life-changing scary because the whole thing is shaking. And I'm gonna lose my life on this ride. But you don't. It just feels like it because it's shaking so crazy, but you're just really thrown back in your seat. Like, I'm sure seats have had to be re-engineered from big guys like me. I'm 260 pounds, and if I hit it, how much force is that put on the seat? You know, how many seats have been broken in half because of that? So it's funny to like think about, I don't know, just to think about stuff like that. So my little screen here says optimize the battery temperature, but I have the wheel and it says max. So am I free to hit it? When I get to a nice place where I can really step on it, I'll get back to you guys. But self-driving is so easy to activate. I'm on the highway right now, so I have my speed limit set right now. I'm doing 63 miles an hour. All I gotta do is press the top left button in the corner of the steering wheel. So now I have, it's set for 2 car lengths. I'm gonna drop it down to 1. Press the bottom left button. Now we got 1 car length. I press the steering wheel button, and boom, the car will now drive itself. You just gotta pay attention. I usually raise the speed limit above what we're doing so the car keeps up with the car in front of me. It's fine, it works. So I have it set to 77 right now. We're doing 62. You get a little white line, it kind of follows the car in front of you. I have all the information I need. You do need to wiggle the steering wheel every once in a while. It's not like on an interval. It's weird. It's not like every 30 seconds or 15 seconds. I think the car can just tell. I don't know. If you're going really straight, you don't have to touch the wheel for a while. But if the wheel is if the road is turning, it'll ask you to keep your hands on the wheel. So I'm just wondering if it's the straightness of the road or curviness of the road that dictates whether you gotta grab the wheel or not. All right, I've pulled over to the side of the highway. I have a nice straight piece in front of me. I'm going to wait for the traffic to subside. Then I'm gonna hit it and launch myself into the stratosphere. I think now is the time. 3, nope, car coming. After this white car, we hit it. 3, 2, 1. Woo! You feel it in your chest, man. I can't tell you how fast I was going. You saw me pass cars, I was sitting dead still. You saw cars pass me, then I passed them. That's how fast I was going. Don't worry about it. My goodness. There was a little bit of tire squeal there, but I bet if you put some wider tires on here, I don't know, maybe add some weight in the back, you can just then crank it. Like we're doing 76 right now if I hit it. Oh, it's a big toy, man. That's all this thing is. I love it. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover as far as the driving goes. I don't know why I'm yelling. Oh, the mic is over here. You might still be able to hear me. But hey, let's put it back. Oh yeah, I ain't got you hooked up. No mic. I took it off. Doesn't matter. Alright guys, to the outro. At this point in the video, I would usually say something like, well, that's my time with the blank, 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 but no, it's not my time because this is my car. And it's so exciting to be able to own something like this. Yeah, I'm paying almost 600 bucks a month for this thing, but it's worth every penny. And I'm gonna figure out how to save on gas. So I did some math. I spent almost $1,700 a year for the past couple years just putting gas into my own personal car here in Connecticut or wherever I've been traveling. But if I can use that free charging station and save, then it might come out in the wash. My insurance is now cheaper, even though my car payment's up. So I might wound up spending this. Oh, and there's no oil changes. There's no fluid flushes. There's no this, there's no that. It's just rotate your tires, check your windshield wiper fluid, check this. Like, the car's still under warranty. That's another big reason I bought the car. The car still has its warranty. So if stuff goes wrong, it goes to the dealership. It actually already has a recall that I'll take it in and get scheduled eventually. But I am just over the moon right now because the last couple of cars I've owned have been many years older than what the current technology is. Like, The Ford Taurus 2015, I bought that in 2021. That was already 6 years old and outdated stuff. The 2012 Challenger, I bought that in 2015. Then the other 2012 Challenger, just thought it was brand new, but I bought the base model. You don't buy the base model, you want the top trim. This is what I finally have, a top trim in a modernistic time. I didn't buy the 2009 Maserati in '09, I bought it 8 years later. Like, now I'm up on the times and I'm so excited. The way it drives, the way it makes me feel, the way you look back at it when you park it, you lock it and you look back at it and you go into the grocery store, then you come back out and you look at it again like, damn, that's a nice ride. There are 3 things I do want to do to it though. 2 of them you can see, 1 of them you can't. And I don't even know if it's possible. But when I get the chance to do these things, obviously I'll let you know about it. I don't want to just start talking and then it doesn't happen. So I'm not that kind of YouTuber, just a regular dude out here. But yes, I am so excited for the adventures with this thing. I'm probably going to do like either a 3-month, a 6-month, and a year update, or just a 6-month and a year update. So in 6 months, it'll be January. So it should be nice and cold, 0 degrees, you know. Let's see how the range is affected in the wintertime. I'm in the Kia forums. I'm talking to other people who own these cars. Like, yeah, your range get cut, bro. So we'll see. I just hope that the range, it tells me that I'm affected and not that I can go 212 miles, but I can only drive 125. I hope it tells me 125 if I only drive 125. I don't know. I haven't looked into that, but now that's my time with my 2023 Kia EV6 GT. Can't stop looking at it. I'm so in love with it. I hope this video is not too long, but stay tuned for the adventures. Remember, there's never an empty tank or empty stomach on this road. We are still marching our way toward 5,000 subscribers. We got a giveaway going. And speaking of giveaways, I need a name for this car. I didn't name the Ford Taurus. That's how disconnected I was from it. You know, my Challenger was Chaplin, the black one was Chaplin. Then the four-door Maserati was Oprah, shout out John Tez. Then the two-door Maserati was Orion, which was Oprah's Revenge, I-O-N. Then I had Rocky, which was Return of Oprah's something. What was Rocky? I forget what it was. R-O-C-K-I. I forget. I don't even remember now. But I have names for all these cars except for the Taurus. So I came up with EV6. My last name's Weaver. I sometimes be called Weavy. That goes way back to the movie theater days. Shout out Scott Lindemann. I mean, gov like that. But he's gonna be Weavy, so now it's a EV6. My wife made this face. When I told her that was the name of the car, she said, that sounds pretentious and self-centered and egotistical. I was like, ah, damn, I won't be all that. So I need some help with some names for the car. If you made it this far in the video, I hope you're still watching. Drop some down below. I'm curious, you know, I like Rosebud, but I call my wife Rosebud. I can't call car Rosebud and wife Rosebud. Oh, give me some other names. Drop them down below. But anyway, guys, stay safe. Thank you. Cheers.